Let's take a trip to Hsinchu now to meet a former prison inmate who's turned his life around dramatically. 8 years after being released, Zhang Yuanfu is a leader in a social enterprise run by former prisoners and working tirelessly to give back to his community.
Our reporter joined him on a trip to deliver essentials to community elders, and we heard the incredible story of how Zhang turned away from drug addiction and crime towards a life of service.
Jiang Yuanfu wears his bright orange jacket to work. Lifting up a box of rice, he places it on the bike seat, preparing to make a donation trip to local elderly neighbors who live alone.
这是这个月的物资。好，谢谢。对，如果我先放这边，如果还有什么需要的话，再打电话给我们。
His friendly offers of help land like the kindness of family. Then he's back on the bike to visit the next neighbor, flitting to and fro in the streets of Hsinchu like a busy bee. The recipients of these care packages explain how much his kindness means.
就很温暖了，就感觉还有人在关心我们呢。
Few would guess that Jiang had a drug addiction in his youth and sold drugs for a gang. He got involved in gangs when he dropped out of junior high. After his military service, he wound up in criminal circles again, selling drugs and forging fake banknotes. He was caught and sentenced to 21 years in prison.
在监狱里面有点醒我。
Being in jail woke me up a bit, made me wonder if I was going to spend my whole life in prison. So I behaved well inside, and when I got out on parole in 2012, it felt like a whole new start for me.
已经在监狱浪费10几年的岁月。
Now he visits prisons as well as schools to talk about his own experiences dealing drugs and urging youngsters not to take that path. When he left prison, his mother was already elderly. His daughter didn't recognize him. That's when he decided to put in the work to turn his life around. He began working at a social enterprise run by another former inmate. He started with lifting cement and rose the ranks to end up now vice president. All along, he wanted his family to see his redemption.
大女儿她曾经跟我说，她说。
My oldest daughter said to me once, "It's not that I don't love you, it's just I don't know how to interact with you." It was such a coincidence. One day, I was giving a speech in a classroom and she happened to be just in the next room typing up a report. That's when she finally realized all the care I felt for them, all the things I've done for them in the years since I came back. She realized, my dad is actually so great.
Jiang knows firsthand just how difficult it is for a former prisoner to find honest work. He now employs many other former inmates and provides employees with free lodging as a stepping stone back into society. The first half of his life was riddled with regrets, but now Jiang has so much to live for and even more to give.